Hi, today I thought we'd have just a little bit of fun day today, because sometimes we've got some leftovers. We do a bit of fusible applique perhaps, and we love to use up little bits and pieces. Sometimes they're just wonky bits, they're all sorts of bits. These have all got a bit of fusible on the back, and we don't always know what to do with them. We might want to do a bit more applique, but we might not. We might think, well, what will I do? Well, I think it's really quite blatantly obvious that we're going to do some little fabric covered clothes pegs, little wooden ones. I've got 3 different sizes, and I've got some strips. So I've already cut some strips and pieces from my little leftovers here, and I've already done a little bit of ironing on, and all it is fused on. I haven't done anything else. You could go ahead and varnish them if you wanted to. You could stick a button on. You could just about do anything. We're just having a little bit of fun using up some leftovers. They would make a great little gift for somebody. They could be holding some cards, little cards that you've made perhaps, or a little something that you've made maybe would be a nice peg to it, or a name tag, or some socks. You could hang socks. Why wouldn't you hang socks with your fancy pegs? So much you could do. You could make a little bag of pegs for somebody as a gift. You could use them for hanging up like Christmas cards, birthday cards onto a string. So what I've got here is just some fusible web. I've already cut my rectangles. I just made them just fractionally smaller than my peg, and I just simply did that by measuring it through my ruler to see how big it was, and just cut it ever so slightly smaller, so that I felt it was quite good to have just a tiny surround of the timber showing, rather than right to the very edge. You could take them right to the very edge if you wanted to. And this is a steamer seam that I'm using, and steamer seam is a little bit sticky, so actually it's quite good because I can just set that on there quite nicely. And I'm going to do both sides, and I'm going to get a couple of these ready, and then I'm just going to iron them on. There's nothing like ironing your pegs, I say. But as I said, little things like this can just be fun, can be useful, can certainly be gifty, and it's just a way of using up little bits. You may well have a whole bucket full of pegs. You may not have a bucket full of pegs. I don't know whether you've got a bucket full of pegs. I don't have a bucket full of pegs, but I do have these pegs. So you can see I'm just getting that tiny surround all the way around on my pegs there. I quite like the look of it that way, and I'm just going straight across where the hinge is. There's no need to particularly go within that little valley where the little hinge part is. I think it's fine to just go right the way across, because that doesn't really do anything. The movement is in the spring, not in the wood. So it's just the same on these. They're just a little bit smaller. There's no difference as far as anything else goes, just cutting the pieces to fit, because it's a nice flat surface. And that is already stuck on because I've used the steamer seam. However, it still needs to be fused on. So now I'm just going to iron my pegs. Now you could, of course, do it the other way, and you could hold your peg against your iron like that. You get a nice flat surface. I think you need to be careful doing that. You don't want to be touching the iron surface. So I think probably just ironing the pegs is probably the easiest way to do it. This was really just a fun little something you can make using up some leftover fabrics that have got the fusible web already on them. I think I've ironed all of those now. Just double check. Oh, we can do multiple pegs, and why wouldn't we do that? And as I said, if you're a card maker, you might want to clip a few together. You might want to hang cards up with the pegs. You might want to do socks. I don't really mind. You could even wear them. Look at that. I'm even wearing a peg. How ridiculous. I have actually been known to go out shopping with pegs pegged to me for no good reason other than that's where I put them. So that was really just a fun little idea. That's something you might do, and why wouldn't you, to make up some little pegs using leftovers, possibly as little gifts, possibly just because you like covered pegs. So thank you, and that was it for today.